So most of us in here probably went to a public school. I know there's some of us that didn't, but most of us did. And most of us graduated from public schools. And looking back to yourself now, you probably think, I wish it was different in high school if this, or only if I could go back I'd make it different, or along them lines. But you can make a difference in the public education system of America. So education is basically the basis of any society, economy, and culture. In America, kids attend public schools for the most part, which are set up by the government, or they attend a private or charter school, or maybe or even homeschool. So So we should get involved, and there's a lot of ways to do this, and today I'm going to brush up on why being educated is important, and how the American public education system was once viewed and has changed, and how we can involve ourselves in the system and hopefully make a difference for the better. So Webster's dictionary defines being educated as having an education, especially an education above average. And the first step of becoming educated in America is going to high school. And here's a picture of just a high school diploma. It doesn't say anything on it, there's no meaning. But that's the first step in America to becoming educated, is to graduate from high school. And then you can continue on to continue your education, whether you go to a trade school or a college or whatever else you do to continue to learn. And so a lot of time is spent in the education system before you can reach your high school, you can get your high school diploma. And during this time, kids are going in and out of school, they are interacting with each other and teachers and everything, and a lot of key social development is spent, or a lot of key social development in kids are while they're in school, and it should be taken into serious consideration when they are when being taught. So then you graduate high school, you go on to college or whatever. That will hopefully benefit your life in you get a good career, and you get a job you enjoy, and all that other kind of good stuff that you have when you are educated. So the American education system dates back to the early 17th century in New England. And the basis for that education system was on Puritan law. They were taught how to be a Puritan, about Puritans, and obviously you can tell that the education system here in America has changed a lot from being taught how to be a good Puritan. So currently America is ranked 14th in education by the OECD. Now the OECD is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And within this is an organization called PISA, and that stands for the Program for International Student Assessment, and we are now seen as being an averagely educated country with our math, reading, and science skills somewhere in the 500 out of 1,000 points. So as you can tell, the United States was once viewed as this great education system with all these smart people. Harvard was founded early in America, which is now considered one of the greatest colleges in the world. And at one point, the president of Harvard was a man from England, and he taught all the classes, and I forget his name. So all of us in here have pretty much contributed to these scores that PISA and the OECD are collecting. So we were in 5th, 6th grade, we had to take math, reading, tests, and we all hated it because we spent like days in our libraries just taking these tests that we never thought would be, we didn't get graded on them, it wasn't part of our class or anything. They just said, we got these standardized tests that you kids go take, and that's basically all they told us. But they were taking our scores and comparing them to kids all around the country, the state, and all around the world. So we contributed in that point to our education system, but there's a lot more now that we can do to contribute. And we should all be involved in our public education system because some of us now might not be landowners, but when we are landowners and we have to pay taxes, we pay school taxes. And that money, we don't want to just be giving away money to the government and not knowing what they do with it, even though what they tell us might not be exactly what they're doing with it either. But it's a little more comforting to know where your money's going. And there's many ways to involve yourself in the education system. Obviously, if you're a teacher or an administrator or on the public board or a board member, you have a great influence on the system because you're continuously being involved. But there are a lot of other ways too. You can just simply go to board meetings, which you can find out when they are by going to the school website or stopping in at a school, or by stopping in a school or going to the school website. And what a board meeting is basically it kind of just has the board members, the people of the community, they kind of discuss what is going on with the school and what they're trying to do to better the community or the education in that community. So you can go to them and see what's going on, but within that there's just like a school budget, and a school has state and federal funding, but some of the state and federal funding comes from the taxes that we pay, as like I said. And so with the school budget, you have to go and see where that money's going. And a lot of times school budgets are just like, we need money for this, and we need money for that, and we need money for technology and all this other stuff. But a lot of it is for, teacher salaries and administrative salaries. And sometimes, they don't need more money. I mean, I can see a teacher needing some more money, but an administrator, he doesn't interact with students or anything. He doesn't have really any effect on how students learn or anything. So you got to go to these, vote on these budgets and make sure that you're voting for better education, not just a better salary for the administrators. And some people, you got old people in the community too. Some might move into a community, not have any family members, so they're like, why bother even, oh man, I forgot to do my PowerPoint. They might say, I'm not gonna be involved in our school district because I don't have any family members here. Or, I don't know anyone here, so why should I be involved? But they should be involved because, it doesn't just affect them in the community, but it affects everyone. And hopefully, we can go and we can involve ourselves in these and hopefully better the education system here in America. So like I said, it's really important to be educated in today's world, and the American education system was once viewed as one of the greatest in the world, but has been increasingly, or has been ranking lower and lower every time. There's these developing nations that are coming in with better education systems than what we offer here in America. So hopefully you guys will go out and involve yourselves in your local school district.
Thank you.